Hey everyone, welcome back to Ozarks Homestead and Farm. Today I want to talk about fodder and how you can make it, save money, and have healthier animals. So exactly what is fodder? Well, the definition of fodder is livestock foodstuff. That's the basic definition of fodder. But for my purposes, I'm going to use it for my goats, horses, and chickens. But you can feed it to any livestock: cows, sheep, goats, rabbits, chickens, pretty much anything. And basically what fodder is, any whole grain that we can take and germinate and grow. So you take it from the grain state and you germinate it. So today what we're going to try, because it was pretty much the only thing that my local feed store had, was feed wheat. So got some feed wheat from the local feed store, and give you a closer look at it, show you what it looks like up close. So it's just some seeds. Alright, so you can do this with lots and lots of whole grains. I'll put a list running along the top of the screen here so you guys know. I'll also put it in the description of the video if you want a closer look at it. I'll list all the whole grains that you can germinate as fodder for your livestock. But like I said, it's all they had. It's what we're going to go with this time. So what you need to do this is a container or a tray. This is a standard 10-20 garden tray. It's a pretty flimsy one. I mean, it's not very thick plastic, but it is what I had on hand. It is what I'm going to use for this. I've got 2 of them. So the first thing that I need to do is determine how much seed I need to cover the bottom of this. So we're going to do a dry run. I'm going to put some seed in here, cover the bottom, and then we're going to put it into this bucket for step 2. That, my friends, is a little bit too much. So I'm thinking that this will probably be enough for both trays, so it actually kind of did work out. So I'm going to go ahead and dump this in here. And we're going to throw a couple handfuls in just because I don't want to be short. So now that I've determined how much seed I'm going to need for these 2 trays, the first step in germinating your fodder or whole grains is you need to soak these for 24 hours in warm water. So this is all going to take place inside in my basement because it's about 36 degrees out here today and it's very cold outside. So to germinate your seeds, you're going to need warmer temperatures. I'll have a thermometer in there. I'm going to probably keep it about 70, but we'll see how that goes. So same, we'll go in, soak these seeds, and get set up in the basement. Okay, so it's tight in here, so probably not going to get me in this video. Sorry about the confined space, but we have to do this in the glamorous basement bathroom because I have a shower in here, and this process requires water, and I don't want to make a mess anywhere else. And because it's too cold outside, we're not doing it outside. So what I probably forgot to mention is that, I don't know if you can see, but there is holes all up in this tray. So I went ahead and burnt a bunch of holes in all these channels so that the water will drain out. The whole concept or idea is that you're going to soak these seeds for 24 hours in warm water. You're going to spread them out in those trays, and then you're going to water them, keep them moist for 7 days for this seed to grow. It's a pretty simple concept, but it will have some amazing results, which you'll see later. So the first thing I want to do is establish myself some warm water here. Okay. Oh yeah, I got my leg all wet. Alright, so there we go. So I basically just covered the seed in here We want to make sure that it's completely covered, and we are going to soak that for a minimum of 12 hours up to 24 hours. I'll just do it sometime tomorrow. I'll let you know how many hours we're into it. So I've got my seed soaking. I've got my trays that I want to do. I chose 2 trays because I only had 2 trays, and I figure it's a pretty decent amount to start with feeding my birds with. So because this is live and it's an ongoing process, again, you're going to have to do it every day, but we're just going to, for the sake of this video and this experiment, we're just going to run this process through to show you how it's done. So, see you tomorrow. Okay. Alright, hey everybody, welcome back to the glamorous basement bathroom where we're going to continue with this process. It is day 2. The wheat has been soaking for 24 hours almost on the dot. It was yesterday afternoon about the same time when we soaked it. So, closer look at it. It's just nothing special. Soaked in the water. So, what we're going to do is we're going to take it, we're going to spread it out in our 10 by 20 garden trays that I've poked holes in the bottom. You can buy those with the holes already in them, but mine weren't, so I had to do that. So let's go ahead, and I'm just going to dump them in here since it'll drain out. And again, we're in the shower because the water can drain down into down the drain. So we'll get to see how well that works. We got this in here, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Let me bring you guys down here and give you a closer look. Okay, so here's the 2 trays, and you can see here that it's just enough to cover the bottom. So on both of these, so if you dig down, see the bottom's right about there. So about 1/4 inch depth, just enough to cover the bottom. And then I had some leftover, just a little bit in this bucket, which I'm going to leave in there to see how that does as well. Now, this bucket doesn't have any holes in it, so I'm going to have to be careful on how I water it. So basically, for the next 7 days, I'm going to keep this wet by spraying it or watering it 2 to 3 times per day. And that's about it. Okay, so here we are. It's day 3. Don't worry, you didn't miss anything exciting on day 2. It's the same thing as today, what I'm about to show you. So day 1, you soak 24 hours. Day 2, you just got to keep them moist. Basically, day 2 through 7, all you got to do is keep them moist. A lot of people recommend watering twice a day, but it really depends on the climate that you're at. You just don't want these to dry out. Here in the basement, I'm doing it 3 times a day. I do it in the morning when I wake up, midday, and then at night before I go to bed. So how I'm watering these, because it was in the shower, I could have used the faucet, but there's just too much water coming out of there. So I decided to go with just a 1 gallon sprayer, right? So basically, pump it up, keep them wet. I'm going to give you a close up here. Let you check out what it looks like. They're already starting to sprout. Takes about 3 days to sprout. So you can see the little sprouts coming out of them. So I just take the sprayer, give them a nice good soaking. I got these gnats in here. Now, I don't think it really matters how much water you put on here because you got the holes in the bottom of the tray, but you definitely want to make sure that you put enough because you don't want the ones underneath drying out or anything like that. Suppose it would be I suppose it would be faster with the shower head, but I think this is sufficient enough for me. So that's pretty much it. You just water it like that a couple times a day, keep it moist, and 7 days later, we'll see what we got. All right, hey everybody, it's day 4 check-in to see how this is doing. Pump it up a little bit. So we've gone through over half a gallon of water just for reference. And I can tell you that there's been significant rise in the tray. It's more than halfway full now. I'll give you a closer look here in a second. Get some water going in these. Alright, so if you can see that some of the sproutings, they're getting a little bit longer today on day 4. And also like the tray level, it's a lot taller, kind of like everything's germinating and starting to expand. It's definitely taking up a lot more room in the tray. So there's our day 4 update. All right, here we are for day 4. This is day 3 that it's actually been germinating. Remember, the first day was soaking. And things have changed quite rapidly. So let me give you a closer look at this down here. Take a look. We're starting to get some green color. And you can see it's starting to sprout, starting to germinate. And the trays themselves are pretty full. It's expanded quite a bit. I don't know if you can see, like look. So if you can see right here at the edge, I mean the seeds are right here at the lip of this container. And they were just covering the bottom when I originally put them in. So yeah, definitely progressing quite nicely. It's a lot greener now. And taller. Look at that stuff. It's getting there. Let's get a weight on these and let's take them out and feed the livestock. Let's go. All right, so we got the handy dandy scale. I'm not gonna get it, we'll get a tare weight later, but I can assure you it's not gonna be that much. Wow, so it's showing 14, I don't want ounces. Look at that. There we go, 9 pounds, 1 ounce. Let's see if we can get this adjusted on here. 8 pounds, 1 ounce. 8 pounds, 14 ounces. Whatever. So I think it'd be safe to call it at least 8.5 pounds. Oh man, that's nice. All right. Okay, here's tray number 2. We're at 10 pounds. A little bean pot of some sort. Man, this stuff is cool. So 8.5 and 10.5. What is that? 18.5, 19 pounds? 8.5 and 10.5. Yeah, 19 pounds of fodder in 2 trays. So the tare weight on 2 containers is 9 ounces. That's both of those containers right here. Tare weight of the bucket is roughly 1 pound. So we got 4 pounds, 11 ounces with the bucket and the seed. So take out a pound. So we're looking at 3 pounds, 11 ounces. Man, look at this stuff. So you just grab it and you pull it out of the tray. There's no water in there. It's all dry. So there's no water weight here. Well, let's take it out and see how the birds and the livestock like it. Okay, so we're out at the coops, and the goats obviously are wanting some feed too. But I need to see, I need to get it out of this tray. And then see if I can't tear it up somehow. Oh yeah, it comes off easy. Take it off in some pieces. It's a little slimy on the bottom. Break it off in some chunks. And toss them out here to the goats, see what they do. Hey, you want to try this? And think about that. You guys like it? She didn't. What's the matter, Penelope? You didn't like it? No wheatgrass for you guys, huh? Health food's not your thing? Alright, you guys are making me look bad. It's the first introduction to it. We'll let them check it out, see what they do. Maybe the horse will like it. Toss them in here to these birds. See what they do with it. I don't know what to think of it. They're pecking at it. We'll give them some time to check it out and see what they do with it. Whether it goes to waste or they actually eat it. It was like this on the... It was like this on the first day of the other feed as well. Scared the bejesus out of them. So let's see what they do with it. Seem to be doing a little bit better than the other birds. Let me go get the rest and we'll divvy it up. What are you doing? What is it? You don't like it? What's going on with you? You don't eat that? Huh? Hey, hey. Oh my goodness. The goats are afraid of it.
Oh my god.
Hey, hey. Here, what do you guys think? Try it? What are you doing? You just want the green stuff. You don't want the roots on the bottom, huh?
Oh my gosh.
That's what it is. He doesn't want the...
And you're not...
Wait, you're so wasteful. Here, you guys try it. Here, try it. You're so wasteful. You didn't want the... So where are you going? That was a strikeout with the horse. The chickens seem to like it. They're going to town. The turkeys are more afraid of it than anything. But it's a first introduction. We'll see if it becomes a thing for them. And there's a lot of other whole grains that we can try. So we'll see. Okay. All right, it's been about 10 minutes. The horse, he's being very picky about what he's eating off of it. The goats, they don't want nothing with a green juice diet. The chickens have literally picked it apart. It's questionable. They look excited about it, but I don't know how much of it they're gonna eat. The turkeys are still scared of it. They haven't touched their little patch of grass back there. They don't know what to think of it, so they're still questionable at best. In the big coop, it looks like, I don't know, maybe some turkey interest. I don't know. Get out of here. It's like they flipped it over though, so let's toss it over. Yeah. I think over time they'll get used to it. There's lots of other whole grains for me to try.